Okay, this is about Lucifer, the pineal gland, and that title gives me the resources to draw from um, whatever memories I want to correlate, so it won't make immediate sense. Then I could tell you fundamentally which um, uh, how could you say this? Characterizes um, what a chakra story is, what a national fiction is, and this will have to be a long project. Not that anybody doesn't already know where I'm coming from either. For me to speak something means that it's a thought, right? And some of your thoughts don't need to be spoken because if you it's just you recognize, you know, the language. But if it's a thought and you feel like it will never become a thing because you won't be able to speak it because it's too has too much contextuality or something, you might be wrong. Like, you'll surprise yourself, and that's a good thing, you know. And so let me go on. When people consider the evidence that I give, they will agree, and it's normal to have a little bit of leftover resignations, because you can't expect resignations to not make themselves available. You can't expect not to have resignations because you drew a line in the sand, but you still draw a line in the sand. Or that's just one example of something like that. And it doesn't actually go into the example that I want to give for why it is that I feel that it's necessary to move to another level where it's mundane to there should be as many people that are on the rebellious side of the hierarchy, right? Because really there's a cacophony, and there's some funny business going on in the heavens as well. So there should be as many dark side as there is light workers. But the thing is that it's pulsating, it's like there'll be all light workers until it's not cool anymore, and until there's like you don't get any juice, as far as like how you develop your personality. So then there'll be all of these dark side people, and it's rare that somebody actually has the experience that of the authentic experience. So from there, it's a drama. A Christian cannot help but respect a witch that recognizes a Christian as another witch. You're just you have a refrain, that allows you to hold back judgment, to withhold judgment. You can't say not to judge, because you're encouraged to judge, you know, and use your discernment, or you're encouraged to be prejudiced and use your judgment. So, and I know that everything has been done that you can imagine, and the only thing left to do is magic. You know, so you're like, all right, enough talking. What are you waiting for? You know. But when you use magic, you lose something. You don't know what that's gonna be. So, how about if I told you it was about energy, and all you need to do is get the energy? As a matter of fact, having scruples and moralizing is there's no moral fortitude. There's no like accomplishment in that, you know. It's just recognition when you are winning, when you're winning. And to win, you're going to require energy, and there's lots of things that I and anybody knows that we came up sort of complaining about or lamenting, and many times it even, I think it's like pressure, you know, because, you know, but then one person will while out, and you'll hear about them later on down the road. They're fucked up now or something, or they're dead or something. But you also incurred limitations as far as like communication, you know, because the only thing that anybody really could be worn down by, you know, is just stressed out by, is the fact that it always turns out that there's nobody that you can trust. But you're looking at it wrong. There's nobody you should trust, you know. Anybody who is doesn't have a team, it's okay if it looks like you're getting your team together. If you're getting your team together and you're finna come up with your team, you know, that's respectable, and that's you can recognize, you know, that you got to keep a little game on the shelf. Yeah. So a chakra story is about crystallization, and it makes a national fiction, and the movies that we have that are metaphysical or occult movies are the ones that have it's like there's an hidden agenda, or like a slick way of telling you something to your subconscious, you know. Basically, the counterfeit has cousins that they're trying to communicate to, and it's you know, like the extraterrestrials are that which is revealed to people, to me or you, until we use them to our advantage, which is to it's to give man the gift that the gods have, which is harmony, because the gods are all in harmony. Or mankind, if you can't recognize when you've taken a loss, then you afford no peace. Like it's not that there is um, a person or a group of people that is running everything. You know, the people that are running everything have agreed never to be touched by a woman in their whole life. And ecumenical societies, or theosophical societies, it's a there's a part of the church, they're called the okumeni, okumeni, the okumeni. It's like a cudgel. It's a fucking staff. The okumeni. I can't even say it. It's the staff of Highborn. And the staff of Highborn is a reference to something I don't know anything about. The closest thing I know to the staff of Highborn would be in literature is Peter's crozier, the crozier of Saint Peter, something like that. So I mean, where's it say in the what library do you have? You know, other than Dungeons and Dragons, the Dungeons and Dragons formed the staff of Highborn from the oikumeni. It's a fucking crozier. You know, like it's a battle implement, and it's the ecumenical society. That's tribalism. They basically are like anthropologists that go out and study all cultures in the world, or any people who are on the outskirts of society, or there's not too many emissaries to relate them. We don't know anything about them, and we want to adopt your customs and rituals to it's like the Macedonian so I mean, not that the Macedonian is just wrong because you're like some Macedonian dude. Like it's a Macedonian practice. They try to get people to recognize the saints. That's the exchange. We'll take your customs. They tell these people, because you gotta keep in mind, the more that these people are isolated, that they don't understand what you mean, then when you agree to take on their customs, they think that you might help them to win a contest against another tribe or something like that. You know what I mean? They don't even know that anybody's gonna get indoctrinated or if some onlookers are going to come along, if they are agreeing to be documented, and those people are weirdos, like they're furries, you know. So I mean, I know it sounds far-fetched and everything, but you got to consider that you're a part of your environment, and when you're isolated people, who best to practice tribalistic customs, ecumenism on. And so that's been going on all the way up to now. I mean, I'm sure that's going to sizzle out because there's nothing really left. There's no really any of that left. You know, you got Duck Dynasty, you know. But the thing is that okay, so I mean, you're still pre-Diluvian. Like the pre-Diluvian, you ever wonder why matter is such a strong word? You know, why you can understand that man is from space. Man was spirit and mind and became physical in the ethereal waters of noon. The seven ethereal waters of noon. There's 7 notes in a scale. You know, there's 8, but they play 8, but there's 7 notes. Like, it's music. So, and I don't want to rage against anybody's religious beliefs. It's specifically the opposite. You're who you are because for a reason. You're you know, like, I don't really know that much about Judaism, you know, it's to say who's practicing right, but everything else I know what that you are for a reason, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I just don't have any inflection points like with that, because I don't understand, I can't speak that their language is too hard for me to even like want to speak it. To do respect to it, like, I wouldn't want to do it unless I was gonna live another, you know, 60 years or something like that. So I'll just take what have you that, you know, people can, you know, establish as, like, you know, just little inference points, social common. And then there's all sorts of things that we can't know. Like, I'm really good for bringing back the things we can't know. If you go back to the convergence of historical mythologized people with mythologized historical people, like, none of those examples that I gave are concluded, and they could go either way. So I just lose my track eventually. Before this turns into ASMR, then I can stop this video, and by the time I record it or rewatch it, then I'll know where to pick up, and that's good for